Hello and welcome to Open Lines Thursday on April 1st, 2021. Yeah, well, let's see here. Not much going on. Of course, the Stream Element spot is running. Doesn't do a damn thing, but it's running. And Dave Geek Sound says, I keep hitting set reminder and it keeps turning it off on YouTube. That's because YouTube sucks. So, now that I'm caught up in the conversation, I don't know. Let me just go ahead and send this out because, well, quite honestly, nobody's watching now. So I can just take my time, send it out, see if anybody actually shows up. Don't know what's going on today, so just give that a try. Okay, there we go. And tweet it out. There we go. That's done. Uh, there we go. We got that taken care of. And now nobody is watching. Hey, I can send it out on Minds. See if anybody's over there. Minds.com. It's a great resource. Definitely better than Twitter. I still use Twitter. People are over there, but I don't deal with as much bullshit on Twitter as I do. Well, I don't deal with as much bullshit on Minds as I do on Twitter, is what I was trying to say. Minds has a lot less bullshit on it than Twitter does. So if you've not gone to minds.com yet, you might want to consider it, particularly if you like the social media aspect of Twitter, but don't like all the bullshit of, well, what's going on over there. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and send to the group. And there we go. And send the link to the group. Nothing anybody could be checking right now, but I'll send it there anyhow. And I do want to thank Eli Hugh who sent me a message earlier with some helpful one of it, part of it was an intro. And good morning, 47 Yorktown. I appreciate you stopping by. If you can, I would appreciate you sharing it out because obviously you, me, and the bot are the only ones here. If you want, you can come on the panel. Well, just you and me. So let's see here. Oh, you, me, and Dave. I'm sorry. Uh, and hopefully Dave is still here. Uh, Otherwise, let's go ahead and send this out in the chat. Maybe Dave or you will feel like coming on the panel. Okay, let's see here now. Ah, Yet the Lemons is here too. Let's see here now. And Professor Brady Speck said, "Oh, I thought this might be an April Fool's joke." And then, of course, Gitsa says maybe it still is. No, it's not. Uh, I'm not sure what it would be. Whatever. Okay, fine. Okay, there's 4 watching. Nobody wants to join the chat. That's fine. You know what? I'm good. I like it who wants to. Good morning.
What's up, dude? I'm trying to do your little intro right now, so.
Don't worry about it. Wait, I don't even know if it's going to be needed.
Well, I got you 2 little versions, so I see you like the second one, so I'm working on that one right now. It may not be the exact audio, but it's similar track.
Cool. It's the feeling that I liked about it, about that one most. It was kind of relaxing, but yet upbeat.
Okay, tell me, what do you think about this audio right here? Let me play this for you.
I like that.
Okay.
Upbeat,
Cool.
cheery. Yeah.
Cool.
Good way to start the morning.
Okay, I'll add that one to the second video track for you. I'm just still waking up, man. Hey.
I don't know. It's possible. For all I know, this could be another April Fool's joke. I don't know.
Dude, it's not an April Fool's. I spent like 20 minutes this morning trying to find the right audio track or good audio track for the second one. And for some reason, I cannot find even my history where that first audio track was, so I had to find a second one. I didn't download that one. Oops. Yeah, see, I went to the store. I got a very large cup of coffee. So I'm okay right now. Well, trying to be okay. See, I got my coffee. I rarely buy coffee because I usually have beans when I'm out of beans. You shut your stream down early this morning, huh?
Yep. It was dying, and I thought, the hell with it.
That's what I heard. You go, four people watching. Okay, I'm buying. Like, again? Oh, come on. I just hopped on.
I didn't even see you there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beans, beans, beans. The more you eat, the more you put. The more you eat, the more you toot.
That's right. That's right.
Richard just got out of the hospital.
Huh?
Richard just got out of the hospital.
And what's going on, Richard? Waking up requires sleep. I just got out of the hospital. Good news. I could still do this. Well, that's good. Richard? Okay. Maybe it's time for anger management. Don't slam your hand down on the table and break your hand. I don't know. You know.
Break the table, then your hand. Go on. There we go.
So, by the way, what's been going on, Richard? Everything okay, or just?
Yeah, give me about another 15, 20 minutes to add the track and render it so I can give it to you.
Oh, awesome. Wake up requires sleep. Yeah, okay.
Where the hell is Da Vinci? There's Da Vinci. Okay. Like, come on, where to go?
So what's going on, Professor? I thought you'd be at work by now.
Yeah, is your head feeling better? Headache finally gone from yesterday?
I have -1 knuckle. I still have 7 more, which work. Oh, I'm just eating dinner and sitting in StreamYard with Rosetta. Well, that's cool. You can always tell her to get her butt on here.
Oh, what the hell? Come on, let's just drop in the media pool. What the hell? Come on. There it is.
In fact, you could send her this StreamYard link as well. By the way, what are you having for dinner, Richard? And have you eaten yet, Elihu?
Not yet. Trying to get your audio here.
So you didn't grab anything while you were out getting coffee?
Yeah, I grabbed a oh shit, a McMuffin thing. And
let's see here. Richard says she actually did. She did actually ask me if her on the stream. Why would I not want her on the stream?
Who?
Rosetta.
I don't know.
Pork steak. Without the bone. Ooh, and fries.
I like that. Loud. I'm trying to do your video right now.
No problem.
Okay, let me render this.
Okay.
That little colored pinwheel. Video, hang on. Yes. There we go. Okay, now I'm rendering it.
Awesome. Sounds good. So, you got something to eat for later? Let's see here.
Only way to do this is overlay the track twice. So
it's beach ball, Elihu. It's a feature, not a bug.
I am not looking at the chat, so I'm doing my video thing. Sorry.
Right, no problem. That's why I'm reading what Yitza says.
Oh, thank you.
It's a beach ball, Elihu. It's a feature.
I hate that little circle thing,
not
though.
A bug. Okay, I left the house at what would have been about 2 a.m. for you all. Well, damn it. So there wasn't much chance for sleep. Well, you're usually asleep now anyhow. I'm surprised you're not, unless you're in that much pain. I mean, You always are a pain, but there's a difference. Just ask Rosetta. Let's see now. Okay, yeah, it's a bug. Okay, it's a feature, not a bug. Okay, then going to his next statement, gets a limit says you'll be seeing it a lot more. Okay, okay, and here it is.
There we go.
I
You can
like
also
that.
beat that too, man. How you like that?
I like that.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Awesome. And howdy, Val Mike. What's going on? He says, howdy, folks. Been a while since I've been able to see you, Val Mike. I hope everything's going well. I was ready to go to your stream Sunday before and then found out that you weren't on. Fortunately, I found out that somebody had.
What's going on with this thing?
And Vile Mike says, I need one of those for the CNA stream.
You want to make you one, dude? You want to be pickles now? Pickles?
Yeah. And
Give me a few minutes, okay? I just did Captain Trex.
he was sent out of town. I doubt that Vile Mike's in any hurry. I know he's not. And I'm being sent out of town again today. I hope that's not a bad thing, Vile Mike. I do like that, by the way.
Okay, it's sending.
Then, of course, Mike says, but I need one with the File Mike SD Game Swap logo.
I put Captain Trex logo on that, so hey, I can put yours on that. Let me show you this. Oops, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
That's what happens.
Shit, I can't even find my little file now. Here it is.
And It's Lemon says, should have used the transparent logo. I'd forgotten about that. I probably could have given that to him.
Oops, I should actually open the file before I try to share it. That would help. That would be very helpful.
And then Val says, not really taking Katie with me at the same time. Good. She is on spring break. So, of course, she is thrilled to be spending time with her dad in Arizona. Well, of course she is. Who wouldn't be?
What the hell did I do with it?
I mean, I know that Katie loves her dad and getting to spend time with her. I mean, of course, you're her hero. You know, that's just a fact of life. Wonder if we could embarrass her. Okay. And hello.
Come on, what the hell is it? Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't render this one. Shit. Crap. I gotta render this. Oh man, it's not my keynotes.
I didn't do anything. I'm too tired.
Let's see here now. Unfortunately for me, Max says, unfortunately for me, I'm walking to the bus right now, so I can get the rental car provided by my job. Cool. And hello, Eastman Burkholder. And let's add this to stream and see what's going on with this.
This is my little one.
Quite nice.
Starting soon. Starting soon. Starting soon.
Ah. And how are you, Eastman Burkholder? And what is Richard doing, by the way? I know he sent you the link, so.
He'll be over soon. He thinks he's trying to take care of a few things.
Ah, okay. That's good.
He
Well,
thinks is usually the I don't know what the fuck I'm doing stage of the day.
okay. Makes sense.
I'm not waking up well today. Let's see, yesterday Athena was with the vets dealing with surgery stuff for almost 12 hours, so.
Ugh.
Today we've got a coned kitty who's bald around her eye and they have to give medicine to constantly. And the fun part of that is one of the meds Steve is contact allergic to, one of them I'm contact allergic to, so.
Great.
It makes it interesting.
Captain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. We've got Dave G Sound.
Hola, compadres.
Hola.
How goes the day?
It's going all right. What about you?
It's fine. Just doing my little after work thing. Was watching you earlier. Went over to Loki's. Did some dishes. Hooray! That was a really exciting story, Dave. Anyway, how you doing, Rosetta?
Tired.
Yeah.
I hate spring.
I like it when it's raining out, personally.
Well, that's better because there's not as much crap in the air, but.
Well, I just like, I don't know, I kind of like a gray, rainy day
Oh.
a lot more than most people do. Maybe that's why I like it, I think, because everybody else is miserable.
Do you remember Shirley Manson and Garbage in the 90s, the band?
No.
Garbage?
I
remember Garbage.
I've heard of Garbage, yeah.
Yeah, I heard of her. Shirley Manson.
There's a song that she did with the band that's actually I'm Only Happy When It Rains.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that. Well, yeah.
One of my theme songs.
I do like it when it
stuff.
rains.
I'm the one who goes out dancing around in the rain getting weird looks from drivers as they go by my house.
I used to go street skating in the rain, and everybody would be like, "Man, it's raining out. You're gonna slip." And it's like, "Nah, man, go splash through the puddles. It's loads of fun."
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
That's what I'm dealing with. Yep.
Wow. That's how I feel all the time.
I am trying to do something I have never been able to quite do.
Regain and find your sanity?
It has to do with the drawings. I've always done mine by creating this grid point I print out because I have trouble doing external lines because of the shakes from the seizure damage. So I have trouble coming up with things and doing them without something to help me follow it. So I'm trying to learn how to do the freeform stuff on the edgings. Which is irritating me, but I figured it would.
Hey, Cap.
Yeah.
Hey, do those children ever age?
No.
It doesn't seem like it.
I wish I could go ahead and use an age machine and age them up a few years.
My God. Wow.
Don't their parents know how to smack their ass and tell them to shut the fuck up?
That was pretty intense, wasn't it? That was either a tantrum or the kid's nose got ripped off.
Tantrum. And
Ooh.
let's put it this way: the story about their parents is long entailed and
Yeah,
full of bullshit. Let's just say the parents are in the picture.
Holy shit!
Okay,
What?
whoever's taking care of
Oh,
them,
sorry.
tell them no. Tell them to shut up.
I'm looking at tickets for opening day here for the Giants. Cheapest ticket I could find is $438. What?
Yeah, but the fact that you can get one is still there. Try
They're
getting a
allowing
PS5, man.
They're allowing only about 800 people in the stadium. Like, holy shit! I'm not going opening day this year.
Apparently not.
No. Last opening day, I spent $17 on the tickets.
Huh. That's weird. Okay.
Shit, A's games are cheaper. I'm not an A's fan, but they're still cheaper.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Because A's suck.
No, that could be why. Let's see.
Hang on, I'm gonna go on mute for a sec here.
Go for it.
I only went to one A's game, and that was Mike Trout's debut game. When he's playing the Angels and A's.
It's a lemon says, I'm only happy when it rains.
That's a good
I'm
song.
only happy when the sun ain't shining. Will your misery down on me. Oh my, I still have Garbage 2.0 on CD somewhere. So do I, actually. Burkholder says, I like the sun and more heat than most. I like walking in the rain. I personally don't like the heat. And finally,
hello.
And how are you doing today?
Live long and prosper, I guess.
Two fingers. Okay. Cool. Didn't know that.
Really? I have one finger.
Yes, he busted his hand good. And I'm sitting there, when I can see cracks on the bones in the x-ray that the doctors didn't even tell him about, they're fucking inept.
At least you have use of the hand, man.
This is the hand I do use. This is the hand I use for everything.
That's what I said. At least you have use of the other hand.
It always sucks when you break things on your good hand. Although I did actually like, because I'm left-handed, and back when I was in shop, I actually in volleyball broke middle finger and part of the hand here, and so they put a cast on the hand that went up the one finger and not the others.
Try breaking your collarbone and your wrist on your right arm.
Oh,
right-handed.
I'm not even going to get that many broken bones.
I've done that before on a bicycle. I've done that before. I broke my collarbone, cracked my wrist, my right hand, and I had a hard time smoking, rolling joints, lighting a bowl. I had a hard time doing everything.
Because I was actually getting to a story here. Because when I broke that, the fun part was I was in shop. When you're doing construction and carpentry and stuff like that, you have to report any injuries to your boss when you show up.
Right.
So it was simple as, hey, Bruce, damn it, look at my finger, and show him the cast. I really missed that cast. I showed it to everybody. Mike, you joke about that, but that attitude and the forcing people to use their right hand when they're left-handed is what caused a lot of the nerve damage to my dad.
Okay.
They've actually proven it does nerve damage and mental damage to people to force them to use the wrong hand when they're a kid.
And yes, it can definitely cause damage to do that. And Biomax says, left-handed people are of the devil. LOL.
Sorry, guys. I just got April Fooled.
Leave it to the atheist to blame the devil. Yes. What? How did you get April Fooled?
It's not worth mentioning. It's not. It just that's why I was muted for so long, because I was like looking into something that was not an issue, and it was like, haha, that was really fucking funny.
No,
Goddamn.
so we didn't get promised a real sequel trilogy then.
By the way, years ago we got one of the weirdest April Fool's gags ever. My cousin. It's her birthday.
Ah,
Ah.
Yeah, Six Flags is open. Awesome.
That's an awkward one. That's
I would check on that.
it's just
The Six Flags is open. Open to California residents only.
having a birthday on April Fool's Day has got to be a pain in the ass.
No kidding.
You cannot imagine the shit we put her through with it.
Every year, you've got to imagine people joking about forgetting what day it is.
Today's April 2nd, right?
Well,
Not yet.
actually,
What if it was April 4th?
today is my nephew's or great nephew's birthday, the youngest one.
By the way, Sunday is Richard's birthday.
Cool.
Yes, I managed to evade it by 3 days.
What outtakes?
Oh dear God, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Sven, the Naked Nordic Ninja. Well, that's an interesting name.
Oh, hey, Sven. What's up, dude?
And let's see here. Get some lemons. Polly deleting his channel and Twitter was my possible April Fool's. And yes, Vile
The
Mike,
husband.
I know you were making a joke. You don't believe it.
I said he was joking.
Well, let's see here. An atheist making a joke about the devil. Duh.
The devil made me do it.
If he doesn't believe in God, he doesn't believe in the devil. That would be
If you're old, you understand that
utterly
reference.
No,
stupid.
just only the devil.
Yeah, if you're old, you understand the reference. The devil made me do it.
The devil.
Last I checked, saying the devil made you do it ended up with the Salem witch trials.
True.
So it's not necessarily a foolproof get out of jail free card.
It can't
Well,
be
maybe
any
actually-
worse than reading the Bible in English in England.
Aww.
That'd get you burned at the stake. You had to read it in Latin.
Eh.
I got 24 hours so I can get my vaccine shots.
Oh,
You want them?
Yeah?
Fair enough, I guess.
I'll get mine when it's convenient. I work at night.
I'm just glad they finally opened it up.
Nobody's
to,
around.
80% of the residents in San Francisco finally. 2 weeks ago, it was only about 30%. Now it's 80% of the city can get actually vaccinated.
Good. If they want to do it, it's good they have the option.
Yeah. And when people get vaccinated, the state will go, okay, we're going to lift restrictions. More people getting vaccinated.
I'd prefer not to, except I think I don't really have that much of an option. I just don't like being pumped full of stuff other than alcohol.
Well, if I want to
Yeah,
go
I
to a
can't take
baseball game or a
vaccines.
museum, I got to show proof of vaccination. So,
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I guess if it's going to be just like a thing, like that's going to be here forever, because they're talking about a more virulent strain and stuff like that, I guess I'll do it.
Oh yeah, isn't it funny how they all of a sudden there's this new strain of the virus just as they managed to get.
Well,
the
I don't know
vaccine.
anything about. I'm not talking
That
anything
first
about a
strain
conspiracy.
actually
I'm just
what the
talking
virus
about
actually-
reality. And if there's a bigger one, then yeah, I guess I'll get it. And
yeah, the first strain actually showed up before the vaccine came out. And just like the flu virus, it mutates.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I said, this idea of saying that people can't even go into public places without a vaccine. Basically, they just want to make people like me who cannot take vaccines illegal to exist. Yeah, that works.
You don't have
I
to show
don't
a
agree
vaccine to
with
go
the
to public
public places
places.
thing at all. I don't agree with that.
You do not have to show a
I'm
vaccine
with
to go to
you. I
public
don't think
places.
that should be a thing, especially if the majority of the population is vaccinated. It shouldn't damn matter if people are in a public place. If the majority is vaccinated already, everybody who's not knows that that is a possibility, and they don't have to. And everybody else who got it's fine. So there's no reason they shouldn't be in public places.
The Fourth Amendment revolves about search and seizures, nothing about any proof of vaccination, anything, dude. Okay, Sven, that's what the Fourth Amendment is. And you do not have to show your vaccine card to go to public places, like the store. You don't have to do that. It's
They're
events.
trying to make it required. And, I'm
Not
sorry.
here.
Public
Not
events,
here.
like you just said, games and museums and stuff like that, is still public places.
Yep.
Those are considered events.
This isn't-
Public
this
places,
isn't like-
malls, grocery stores. That's why it's defined in California.
Well, that's
Well, that's because
stupid.
it's left California.
The what?
California.
Well, I work at a grocery
The-
store, and I'm not required to get a vaccination. They offered it, but I don't have to have it, and I can still work.
Yeah, same here. You don't have to
Yeah.
have one, but they're open to do it.
Yeah, I mean, at least I got the option to get it before the general public for whatever reason. I'm a night stalker. It's not like I actually deal with anybody. I touch groceries, but I'm wearing gloves anyway.
We had a hard time in California getting grocery store employees vaccinated in the priority list. Like, these people are frontline workers. They deal with the public on a daily basis, just like
Yeah.
medical professionals.
Well,
Vaccinate them.
we do.
Yeah.
We do. We're part of the food chain. I mean, it's
Exactly.
quite important.
I'm
You
sorry,
know, I
if-
mean,
if they were-
you take it for granted, but it really is
I had-
kind of important. You know,
I had to tell the
supply.
corner. I
No
told the owner
one
of the corner store,
advocating that
you
my
can get
ass file,
vaccinated.
Mike. Go look at half of the stuff all of these public figures and politicians are posting on fucking Twitter, even.
Yeah, those
They
are the
want you to
right
have
wing
it to go.
nuts.
They want you to have it
Those
to
are right-
drive down the fucking highway.
Those are the right wing nuts who's posting that crap.
No.
Yes, they are.
These people in fucking office with their fucking check marks are posting it.
Yeah, right wing nuts.
No, they're not. They're fucking Democrats.
They are right wing nuts who's posting
No,
this
they
crap.
are not. These people that are in power now, these Democrats are saying it should be required to even drive down the fucking highway. It's on
Who
their
said
fucking
that?
feeds. Go look at them.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Yeah, what Democrat said that?
Just go hit
What
politicians.
Democrat said that?
Go hit politician Twitters. But on both sides,
I do.
you'll see the fight.
What-
Because
what
this is
Democrat said
bullshit.
that? What Democrat said that? I want to know.
Do I remember a name in the middle of the morning when I'm medicated? No. I do remember having this debate and argument for the last 4 days and checking check marks.
Okay.
Just 'cause you have a
It is
check mark
not
on
the
Twitter
right
does
wing
not mean
doing
you're
this. It
Democrat or
is
Republican. You
not
should
the
verify.
right wing doing this. I am fucking centrist. I hate both sides, but it is not the right saying you should have a vaccine fucking ID to prove yourself anywhere you go in public. They're not the ones saying that.
That's not going to happen.
They're
You
pushing
might-
it. And the actual politicians aren't. As long as they're pushing it, it
way
needs to be
that
addressed.
they might be able to do it for like an airplane or something like that, but I
but-
don't think it's going to be like a vaccine checkpoint to go to the mall or something. It's not going to be like that.
I'm just going to offer.
Okay, Richard, go talk.
Shit.
The fly bird.
By the way, Bird of Prey is right. Kumio is one of the ones saying that shit. That people should have to have the passport to go into any public location. Thank you, Bird. Because yes, I am sorry. I'm medicated. I just woke up. I don't have all the names offhand. And I also have a fucking bad memory when it comes to names offhand. That's my issues. But I've been dealing with this. And no, it is not. This is the problem. When people say there's an issue going on, anyone says there's an issue going on, whoever is on whichever side is, oh, that's just the other side saying that. First of all, no. Both sides are fucked. Second of all, that doesn't matter. Why can't we call out our own side and actually stand up for, liberty on both sides? But no, it's a gotcha game. It's still those crazy people on that side, whether it actually is or not. And actually, the people that are saying that you shouldn't do this, so far that I've seen, are Rand Paul, Justin Amash, and stuff like that. So why is it the right wing that's the one telling people to do this?
Let's see here. Sven the Naked Nordic Ninja. I lean liberal, but the Constitution rights will not be violated. Actually, that's not true. They already have been violated, and they will continue to be violated until we finally stand up and say, fucking enough of this. These lockdowns are non-constitutional.
That's what I was going to say. You say these vaccine passports are never going to happen. They'll never get it through. You forget how stupid people are.
I was thinking it was about 14 months ago people were saying they would never have these fucking lockdowns because you can't just lock people in their homes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They have.
How quickly that disappeared.
And Kronos, I do agree with you. Hey, Kronos, and yes, need less government. Fuck the government. They can go fuck themselves. Get out of our fucking business and our daily lives. You do your stuff, we do ours.
Yeah, but they don't do anything to begin with, Captain. They're not doing anything.
No, they're not.
That's the thing. They can totally mess with us, but they're not actually doing anything. I mean, it's like, man, how long does it take to just pass a bill without putting other bills in it? Just say, let's do this one thing. Okay, let's do it. That's a good idea. Just do it. No, we got to add this one in or else we're not going to do it. Okay, let's talk about it. All right. Nothing happens, man. Except they can walk on you and me and everybody else quite easily without doing anything.
I do have somebody,
and they make a pretty penny for it
who
too.
it is. Please identify yourself in the chat, please.
Say that again.
There's somebody backstage who's I've never seen before. Let me check real quick. I can always look up the identity because
Emergency Powers Act for something with
Zach Leary.
Fuck's sake! It doesn't even. This is a child's play disease compared to the Spanish flu epidemic in 1919. And they didn't do this shit.
Okay,
We have a global population that is massively bigger and a much lower number of people that have died so far.
Yep.
It does not justify this. And it doesn't mean I want people to die, but you can't destroy an economy and take people's liberty either. That's also killing people.
Yep.
The suicide rates, the domestic abuse rates, the poverty, the homelessness, the drug abuse from depression, the lack of vitamin D, and the medical issues people are having from not being able to get out and about are all issues that are happening to people. You can't ignore one side.
Believe the numbers of the Spanish flu and not the coronavirus.
Exactly.
Well, can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, how are you doing? It's nice to be here. Thank you for the for allowing me in.
Of course.
Well, I'm on my phone here, so
you're a little hard to hear, sir.
Yeah, dude, I had to turn my volume up.
It's fine. I'll take
Is that
care
better?
of that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering, like, it sounds like an intense conversation. I'm wondering if, I can't see anybody's names. Ma'am, what is your name?
You can say it. It's listed as Eagle Rider. You can call me Rosetta. It's fine either way.
Okay. Well, what is your concern here, if you don't mind?
Well, where should we begin? The government does not have a right to fucking force people to put things in their body to exist in society, or the fact that we have so many issues in a society.
Right
oh no!
Try going to school.
Well, it's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. They're not requiring people to do it. They're offering it for free. There's a major difference between those.
They
two
want to
things.
create a law where you have to have a document showing that you've had it in order to interact in the public.
You have to do that to go to
That
school.
is forcing.
You have to do that to go to school.
Actually,
required to have it.
Wait. Actually, there are exemptions for schools. That's not always true.
Well, what is the alternative? Could I
Let
ask
people
that?
choose
let's
whether
say,
they have it
I'm
or
not
not.
exactly sure if that's a fact, but what is the alternative to that?
It's not a mandatory vaccination. It's all voluntary. They're not forcing you to vaccinate.
Let me
anybody.
put it to you this way.
No, they're just forcing you not to be able to function in society without it. Just
Right.
like the fucking masks are not usually mandated, but you can't go into any place without it, whether you can wear it or not, without being harassed, bullied, and treated like shit or told you're not welcome. Even though the ADA and CDC have said you can't force people to wear them if they medically can't.
Well, if I go over to a friend's house or a woman's house, whatever it is, and they say, I'd like you to take your shoes off, I do it because it's common courtesy.
Private property is not the same as a public business.
Well, I didn't say it was. I'm saying it's common courtesy. If I'm going into somebody's business and I'd like to do business with them, most of the time I will respect what they ask if it's something that's reasonable to me.
Telling somebody who cannot breathe with anything across her mouth, who has post-traumatic issues because she has had issues with being abused and tortured, that she should restrain her mouth when she's telling you, I medically can't, it will kill me. Okay, you're not fucking welcome here, is not reasonable.
Well, I mean, that's fair enough, but I mean, you don't sound reasonable yourself, ma'am.
Oh, I'm actually very reasonable. I'm emotional because I'm being harassed for a fucking year.
Bets, but
No.
No.
There's a difference between having an intense voice because I've been being harassed and bullied and treated like shit for the last year versus being reasonable. Everything I'm saying is reasonable. You can't force people to have a med or
everything I'm saying is reasonable
in order to exist in society.
Everything I'm saying is reasonable. It's a matter of opinion.
Well, I'm not trying to cause problems here, and I like the show. I've been a subscriber to the channel for some time, but all I'm trying to say is, if I'm going into a person's business, I will generally respect what they tell me to do. You know what I mean? That's a person's business. I mean, and that's a free market Republican ideal too. You could
fuck both sides, by the way, but that's not the point.
If a free market business,
no.
Well, it is, but
no. The free market does not mean you can. No.
All he's saying is no shirt, no shoes, no service is the same kind of thing.
That's not the same thing because there's not something that can cause people to medically die wearing a shirt. There are medical reasons why people cannot wear a mask. That's not the same. And I'm sorry, the ADA's already ruled on this. You can't force people to do something that goes against their disabilities in order to do public business with them. That is discrimination.
Well, unless they are non-ADA compliant, but in order to be a big business, you would have to be. Any grocery store, anything like that, would have to be ADA compliant.
The ADA does not have any rules that address requirements of face masks.
Actually, it's already been ruled in courts. Yes, it has, and they've already.
I'm looking at this right now. The ADA does not have any rules that address the requirements of face masks by the government or private business owners.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
I see no problem either way. I'm just saying, if I go into, let's say, a mom and pop shop, and they say we'd like you to wear a mask, it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't seem. It's not like they're attacking my freedom by asking that. You know.
You don't have the inability to wear one. You're not unable to even get groceries without having to send somebody else to get them for you because nobody will treat you like you're human. In public, you haven't been unable to survive in society on your own because people treat you like a leper because you can't wear a fucking piece of cloth over your mouth for over a year. It's not reasonable. It's not reasonable.
Why don't you just use like DoorDash?
First of all, you can't do that for everything, especially in more rural areas. They don't have that option for everything. Second of all, it's a lot more expensive to use those things. It's a lot more costly to have to constantly order things, and you can't get anything that's sale, markdown. You can't check ingredients first on minor ingredients. Things that could cause allergic reactions for people who actually are immune compromised and have medical disabilities. There's a lot of reasons that doesn't work.
Can I ask you a question? Are you 100% convinced in your opinion?
This isn't an opinion. This is what I've been living for over a year. I'm being harassed because I physically, medically cannot wear it.
So it's a specific thing with yourself, right? Is that where it is?
It's a specific thing with these ridiculous. When you make it an absolute, you are making people who have certain medical conditions or exemptions illegal to exist.
Well, I don't agree.
That's
with
period.
That. I don't agree with that. I'll take you. I will accept that you have a disability. I would agree. If you have a disability, you can't breathe, then I would say it would be wrong for somebody to go after you.
That's what I've lived for over a year. I can't survive without having to have other people take care of me now because nobody will treat me like I'm human or decent in public because I can't wear a fucking piece of cloth.
Well,
Rosetta,
can I ask you this?
Rosetta, hang up. Let me stop for a second.
Okay,
Sorry,
sorry.
dude. Rosetta, the requirements here in California are face mask, scarf, and or face shield. You can wear a face shield without a mask going to the stores here.
Okay, that's California.
Yeah.
First of all, that's not the situation here. Second of all, face shields, when it comes to the PTSD part, doesn't help. And that is an uncontrolled reaction to something I've been through.
Well,
Unfortunately,
I'm not going to push you on it. I'm not going to push you.
This is the point, though, I'm trying to make. It's not the people that are saying you have to be aware there are people who can't medically do this stuff are not saying that if you can and you are able to, you shouldn't. They're not saying there's anything wrong with it. They're saying be reasonable to people who can't and don't treat them like they don't deserve to live.
I've seen people without masks. I have never once, nor could I imagine. I mean, could you guys imagine telling somebody wear a mask? I mean, how disgusting. I've been told that myself, but what a disgusting thing to say.
Repeated businesses tell me,
Yeah.
literally, we don't want people like you if you're not willing to put it on. And I'm telling them, I can't medically wear it. Well, then you're just a disease spreader. Fuck off. Literally said that to me.
Next time you do it, show up wearing a Hillary Clinton t-shirt.
Oh, fuck that. I'd rather not want to burn my own tits off. I mean...
show up wearing a DNC t-shirt.
Show up wearing an orange. Show up wearing a mega hat.
Oh, fuck that. No. Fuck, I hate that bastard. There's a reason why one of my posts during the whole Hillary versus Trump thing said, somebody tells you have to vote for one and put the gun to your head. What are your final words before you tell them to pull the trigger?
Fire.
Show up in a Debbie Wasserman Schultz for Congress shirt.
Well, that bitch too.
Well, hang on. No, I would that is an interesting thing, because if you do show up in one of those shirts that supports a certain political party, shall we say, and then you basically do whatever you want, then that's technically politically motivated.
Well, I'm against that in general, guys. I mean, you let me know what everybody's opinion is. I'm against any sort of political, motivation in terms of everyday life. I just treat people like people.
Yep.
Policy. That's the way to be. That's the way to be.
See, and that's what I don't want to get in people's way. I did as much as I could to avoid things. I try as much as I can not to go around public. Guess what? I did that before. Because of my issues with crowds, because of my PTSD and medical. I always shopped at night when nobody was hardly around. I stayed away from
What are you filing?
When this all broke out and they said, well, we need to stay away from each other, they cut middle of the night hours out of every business so we couldn't go when there's less people. That doesn't make sense.
That's a store policy then.
That was a state policy that you weren't supposed to have any businesses open after so late. And the stores have never taken it back since the state revoked it.
They did it over here too, across the board.
That's one of those things. Reasonable measures to prevent spread as much as we can. I'm completely there for. But some of these things they've done aren't reasonable and don't prevent anything. Like saying you can only shop these few hours a day. You're just cramming everybody into the space at the same time.
Is that a real policy?
That did happen in multiple states, especially Jersey. They were the ones with hardcore curfews.
That's an awful policy. I mean, that's one of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
And so I still cannot go to stores at night because they've never reopened at night because the state shut them down at night for months. So why bother?
Well, the worst thing they've done is the fact that they've shut down local economies. I mean, I can't tell you guys how many little small businesses and restaurants have shut down.
Same here.
I don't know what.
And that's the other side of this that I keep telling people. We can argue on, there have been deaths. It is horrible and stuff. but we're also having people die because businesses are going under, people are impoverished, there's homeless issues
yeah,
growing, suicide because people are confined and stuff is skyrocketing. We can look at all issues and say, what can we do to minimize death on all fronts? Is what we should be doing,
I
not
agree.
scaremongering.
Well, the problem is that our government has left us out to dry. I mean, I think it's, in my opinion, a Republican or Democratic government. They both would leave us out to dry. Governments overseas, the government of Japan has promised to pay everybody's payroll during that shutdown. The government of the UK did the same thing, or at least provided some form of that. Major countries have done that. Our government did not. You know, where they would pay
Yeah,
exactly
somehow we're
what
just
everybody made.
incapable of being able to take care of our citizens.
Hey
Well, it's
I
Richard,
because
do you
mean,
want to
all
comment on the UK?
why are there any hungry people at all in this country?
when
At
supposedly we're
all.
the richest, supposedly we have the most money. You know,
Hey
that's what I
Richard, did
keep
you want
hearing.
to comment on the UK?
I'm trying to think. What was it? It was when they did that system. It was companies pay 20% of the standard payroll. The government will cover the other 80%. I don't remember if it actually played out that way. There have been massive issues across the board with people not getting paid, and it's pissing a lot of people off. But I think that's how it was meant to go when it was first announced.
Well, what they did to us here, dog, in the U.S. is what they did is they just paid us about $3,000, and that's it. So that's a major difference.
Yeah, out of a whole year, $3,000. Everybody else,
Exactly.
other countries got $1,000 a month, $600 a month, $1,500 a month, consecutively.
Exactly.
I mean, Yang had it right when he was running for president. Give everybody $2,000.
Totally. I mean, this whole thing proved him right. How shocking is that?
I know.
Everybody said this guy's crazy. I heard it myself and said, well,
Yeah, why would anybody need $2,000? Come on, free money. What do anybody need that for? Oh shit, Yang was right.
And I don't know about you guys, but I actually got laid off because of this and had to go and find another job.
Yeah, a lot of people did around here.
You know.
A lot of businesses closed down.
Yeah.
Well, we had a job that was a door-to-door job. I was actually like an upper-level guy. We can't do door-to-door during COVID, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we call them contract gig workers. Contract workers are gig workers here. And here in San
Totally.
Francisco, gig and contract workers got a little unemployment benefits.
I'm not one of those. I can't not be working. That's.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I actually make less than people on unemployment. I
feel you.
I don't work very much because I'm retired. You know, I work for pizza money, but I make less by going to work than I would if I had tried to claim some kind of unemployment.
You know, Burner Prey is right. The last comment he put, that is actually correct here. I know that for a fact in California.
It depends on the way you lost your job, because you have to meet certain criteria when you lose it in order to get unemployment. And quite a few businesses, and this is the problem on the other end of the spectrum, did this where they didn't tell people they're being laid off until they were no longer eligible and shit like that.
Right.
So this is why I hate both sides. I've been sitting here in the freaking city in Iowa dealing with the caucuses and politicians and rubbing noses with them for decades and being involved in the system, and there's almost no one in Washington I haven't talked to, and I fucking hate all of them.
Well, what is have you been involved in politics?
Yes, just more on local scale, working with caucuses and political events and stuff like that, and helping start small political groups and stuff.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna nuke my little sausage sandwich.
That's great. That's pretty cool. I got involved in a little way with the Green Party. I tried to make Joe Biden lose.
Anybody who tries to make Joe Biden lose is a win, except for the fact that the alternative was fucking Trump still.
Well, I'll tell you this: we did probably 3 million views on negative Biden videos. So I'd like to think I made some sort of impact. because I'm not a Trump guy, but I felt that Joe Biden was way worse on trade than Trump. There's no doubt
He
about that.
is. He is on that. Like
You
I said,
know.
I try to be fair. I try to give people good and bad credit they deserve on both sides. But there's times I get hot button, and the insanity of absolutely we want you to get this no matter what has pushed me quite hard because I struggle to be able to function at all because of all these restrictions. And unfortunately, one of the people that's really seen what I go through day to day with it that can attest to it here is Richard, because he's talking to me usually when I'm out there interacting and dealing with things.
She can't escape me.
Well, I mean, I hear what you're going through, but I mean, I think you could handle. I think you can handle it. It sounds like you are, right? That's
The
what you.
only reason I'm okay is because I have my husband. I know a
Well,
lot of
there you
people
go.
who don't have that who are worse off with these kinds of disabilities, and I shouldn't have to have him do everything for me in life for the basically for life. They're saying because they're saying, well, we'll never get it to go away, so it's going to be this way forever. So I
Well,
should be a
Bird, we
pariah
had
to
that. We had
society.
the gig worker thing eventually here too in the DC area. The gig worker thing for unemployment, for all the like club sound engineers and things like that that were basically self-employed. They were getting paid by the gig, on a nightly basis, a regular gig, but still not like a career kind of contract. But they did it. They did institute that here too. But it took longer than the regular unemployment to start getting going. Anyway, I was just answering Bird. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
But I just see too many issues with the way things have happened last year, and it's not just me that I'm worried about.
Well, I think when we're dealing with human decisions, there's always going to be problems. I mean, I don't think there would be any way to handle this thing perfectly.
You know what would be perfect to handle this thing perfectly? Treat it as if it were any other fucking flu!
But I don't believe it is.
It is. It is not any different. Have you heard any fucking statistics from the flu from last year? No.
What are they?
Why? Because they've not been reported.
No, I didn't say why. I said, what are they?
Okay, if they're not being reported, how the fuck could I tell you?
I don't know, honestly, because if you go to the CDC and all the places that always reported the statistics on flu and cold and all those every year, they're not listing those this year.
Actually, they are.
They weren't when I was checking recently.
The CDC has listed the deaths. The CDC has listed the deaths from 2020.
Hello,
Sven. When I looked,
410,000.
And hello, Sven.
I don't think COVID is a conspiracy, but I will tell you that what I think is a conspiracy.
This whole situation is stupid because the majority of the public doesn't understand what an airborne virus actually is. It's not floating around in the air and you just walk through a cloud and boom, you're sick. And this comes directly from the CDC website. An airborne virus means that the virus lives in tiny microscopic droplets of moisture. And you can catch it by doing that, but you have to be close to somebody. That's what the social distancing was for. You stay 6 feet away from everybody because that's the normal projection of that.
What's funny about that, though, Sven, is they just suddenly changed the mandate for schools to 3 feet because even though they said he swore by 6 feet, now 3 feet's okay.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the problem is everybody's focusing on wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask, but that's not, and it hasn't stopped shit. And this is why. Okay, you're wearing your mask. Say you're driving along in your vehicle, you don't have your mask on, whatever. Say you got the virus. You cough in your hand. People touch their face, rub their eyes, and do that kind of shit all the time. You don't realize you do it. So you get that on your hands. You have the virus on your hands. put your mask on. You walk into a store, you grab a doorknob or a handle, or you're touching products in the store. You're leaving that virus around. It doesn't
Or
matter
the
if you
credit
have a
card
mask
pad
on.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a mask. You're touching public surfaces. You're picking that virus up on your hand, on your fingers. You rub your eye. You scratch your nose. You touch your face. Boom, you're infected. And both of you were wearing masks.
Well, Sven, the thing they did with the luminol in that Japanese lab did, where they like set everybody down and they basically had one person that had this dye and they just had dinner and it showed how all the people had the stuff on them. It had nothing to do with the mask, really. It really did have to do with exactly what you're saying. If you have it and it's on your fingers and things like that, yeah, okay, the mask might help you not cough into somebody's face and give it to them, but everything else is still exposed.
To prevent.
Hey guys, a couple years ago, Mythbusters did an episode on the flu. Adam Savage did a little nose drip thing. I mean, all he did was take about 20, 30 minutes to assemble a model plane. And Jamie took a black light, and that liquid was everywhere. Adam didn't even realize it was touching his nose, the side of his face, and was doing everything.
To actually prevent this shit, three things need to happen. Like go back in time and redo this Monday morning quarterback this shit. Three things needed to happen. One, social distance. That is the key. Like that's the main thing. Yeah, you can wear your mask. That's fine. The third one is wash your goddamn hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I try to tell people all the time.
Every single person should be carrying a little bitty bottle of like Purell or hand sanitizer, and every time you this is what should have been
use soap. Use soap as much as you can because that stuff is not.
I can't use hand sanitizers because the chemicals they use in it with.
But the other thing, guys, the other thing, look, right now, honestly, I gotta tell you this: just wear some gloves. It doesn't hurt to wear a pair of gloves, and I don't mean surgical gloves. You can wear like just work gloves.
This is the thing I was getting at though with what he said. One sec. This is the thing I was getting at with what he said though is with those of us who are immune compromised, who can't do vaccines and other stuff, who are the ones who are the high risk of society. With those of us in those situations. I have gotten more things from people who had vaccines and weren't being as careful washing than I have anti-vaxxers who are around me who are washing constantly. Because you have to, whether you vax or not, you can still pick stuff up on your skin and pass it. You can still spread stuff that touches you. Wash constantly, especially if you're going to be around somebody.
Guess what? You can get a vaccine. You can get your vaccine and then still catch a cold by not washing your damn hands.
Well, and that's the thing also is both my husband and my mom have been through scarlet fever in their life from people who thought they were fine to go around children and elderly because
you can
I
get,
have vaccines.
You can
Guess
get
what?
the
There's a
vaccine.
vaccine for that.
You can, hey, listen, you can get the vaccine and still get a tapeworm by not washing your goddamn hands.
Yeah. Well, what I was
Wash
saying is,
your hands, people. That's all you got to do.
have every vaccine on Earth. And there's still things that aren't vaccinated for that you can spread to people, so don't go around people getting sick. Wash constantly if you're going to be around other people.
What I was trying to get at is if washing your hands would have been drilled into people's heads instead of everybody wearing a mask, this would have been so much more controlled. That and businesses with public services like door handles, railings, shit like that. Instead, they should have been washing that constantly so that people who touch that shit, they're not picking the virus up. I mean, people like you that can't really do the Purell or whatever, the businesses should have been wiping their shit down.
I wash everywhere I go constantly. I find wipes that don't have those chemicals in them and wash with those when I'm in the car.
There's a fallacy about that. There was an ad on TV for Six Flags, and they were reopening, and they showed people they showed it like empty before it had opened, and they showed all these people with all the railings going up to the rides and the queues for the rides, and they showed them like spraying them and wiping them down. How long do you think that would last with a whole bunch of people?
Yeah, they're going. Six Flags plan on doing that about every 15-20 minutes. keep on locking everything down.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
They're going to be constant. They're going to be constant. They have safety
I don't think that's going to be enough. The last time I went to the DMV, they actually had a whole separate staff that would go up and like wash everything off at the window and the kiosk and the little thing that you type in and the eyeglass tester and for every single person. I mean,
people were going to catch this and it was going to be a thing. I'm saying to prevent it spreading as far and wide as it has. And it's not a government thing. The government does not, and will not do this kind of shit because
no, it's a social modeling issue. It's actually what you're saying about
personal responsibility, people.
Yeah,
personal responsibility. You are responsible for your own safety. When you walk out of your door every day, you could get hit by a car. Something could fall on your head, and it's your responsibility to protect yourself. It's not the government.
Sven, the other thing is the responsibility that you must feel to your society in general. If you actually do have any kind of empathy for your fellow person, to say, okay, we're gonna kind of be in this together for this little bit.
Yeah, but that's no.
Yitzy, please do not share that video. Whatever you do, Yitzy, please do not share that video. I do not want to see that.
You go down that path, and it's just a slippery slope.
The problem is just that.
What path? Caring about other people?
I know in my situation that I can't do a lot of things or it'll kill me. I know I'm at high risk of these things or they're dangerous. I know that I have conditions that are most likely going to kill me soon. So I take steps when I'm around other people and when I'm out and about to minimize my risk with other people. I can't make everybody else live in a bubble because I have issues. But they can't seal me in a bubble and say, we're going to choose whether you can put yourself in danger or not either. That's what reason is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I did yell a bit because I've been through so much shit this last year and so much harassment and so much ridiculous. And I see these posts, half asleep, laying there on Benadryl, and I'm looking at a post where this politician is going, we need this passport, it needs to be enforced on the highways and stuff. It's like, fuck you!
That's just ridiculous.
Because that's literally saying I can't even drive and take care of my elderly parents.
Nah, that's ridiculous. That can't happen. That's ridiculous.
And unfortunately, my head being what it is, I can literally save tabs so I can show people this later, and I can't even remember where I saved the tab the next day because of what my fucking brain scars do. So I sit there and go, I try to remember who it was, and all I remember is it was this group and this check and fuck, what was the name again? Where's that link? And this has been a long issue of mine. So it's
which is another reason why you keep me around, because you send pretty much every damn link you want to rant about to me.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I go through the whole feed and all the stuff I've been saving all week and send everything I want to rant about on my show to him so he can help me find it so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about easier.
So to touch on the protect your fellow human conversation.
Yeah.
There are no, at least in Western society, there's no general fucking duty to come to another person's rescue.
Actually, there are several.
No. There are. There
absolutely are. Yes, there is.
I cannot be held liable for standing by and watching somebody else suffer and die.
Yes, you can.
I cannot.
You can.
Illegal.
And also, if you are sailing, you must respond to a distress call.
If you watch somebody die and you don't try to help them, or if you watch a crime happen and you don't try to report it, that is illegal in this country.
It's not. It's totally.
Yes, it is.
It actually is.
No, it's
it
not.
Actually is.
Yes, it is.
Cite the law. Cite the law for me. Google it and actually cite the information, because you're wrong.
No, we're not.
You are. Looking at it right now. You are wrong.
No,
We're not wrong.
I do not have a general duty to come to somebody else's rescue.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. As a human being, you have every reason and responsibility to come to the rescue if you are capable of doing so.
If somebody's wrong and you have a link, can you please share the screen if you're on the chat or post a link?
All I'm going to say on that topic is...
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Are you out of the hospital yet?
And you're right, Bert. It is not a federal crime.
All I'm going to say is it should be the decent human being thing to do. It should not be mandated by the government.
And ever since that Seinfeld episode aired, it's law all across the country. Ever since the last Seinfeld episode aired.
Now, let's see here.
So, Bill, are you out of the hospital yet? Are you home? Sorry, something changed. Bill's in the chat.
If police have no duty to help you, that's a fucked up New York thing. I'm sorry.
No, they don't. The police are there to protect personal property.
I'm sorry, there are police in New York? Since when?
That is bullshit.
Hey, Jedi Bill.
This is why I avoid these big city states like the plague. This is the shit
I
that
know.
they promote in them.
I know people feel there is a moral obligation, and yes, I'm right there with you. Of course, there is a moral obligation to protect your fellow human being. But legally speaking, okay. I do not have a duty to save anybody's life.
Well, in the Code of Virginia, subsection 29.1/740 is duty to stop and render assistance. Shall be the duty of every operator of a vessel involved in a collision to stop and render assistance as required by subsection 29.1/739. If any person knowingly fails to comply with the provisions, blah, 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 when the collision, accident, or other, So, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Because that's the thing. That's when you're.
I'm listing you a statute of law. You
said vessel.
Yeah, which clearly mentions being on a vessel out in the ocean.
No, this is the code of. Yes, it is. Yes.
That's a vessel.
It's not. So you said that it's not the law to render assistance. It is, and as a human being, it also is.
If say I'm standing on the corner and I see two cars come head-on collision, boom, fire, people bleeding, I can stand on that corner and watch, and I am not breaking the law. I do not have to come to anybody's rescue.
If you
I don't have to call anybody. I don't have to do shit.
Well, then you could actually, you could be charged.
No, I can't. There's no law. I'm telling you. I know you feel there's a moral obligation, and yes, there is a moral obligation to do something. Everybody has that moral obligation.
Every state I've lived in,
legally,
what about interfering? What about interfering with response? What about interfering with emergency response?
Every state I have lived in says flat out in the driver's manuals when you study, it even cites the laws for it, that you have to report an accident if you witness it. Every state I've lived in has laws cited in the driver's manual when you take your tests and get your license saying that. So I don't know what states you're in, but every state I've been in, that's illegal.
Let me ask you this. Why do you not want to render assistance?
That's not the argument.
No, I'm not asking. I'm not arguing with you. I'm asking you why you're so against rendering assistance to somebody. Are you not trained, or
I'm
what?
not against it. I'm saying there's no legal statute that requires me to. That's my argument.
So would you?
I've already said there's a moral obligation, yes, but legally speaking, I do not. It's the reason that Good Samaritan laws exist, because people would come to other people's rescue and then later be sued for that. That's the reason Good Samaritan laws exist.
And that's why there's a Good Samaritan law to prevent people from suing if they are rendering aid and injury happens. That's why it's a Good Samaritan law.
To further encourage people to come to other people's rescue, because you don't have a legal obligation. You don't. Not in the United States, at least. Any Western country.
You don't have a legal obligation to come to rescue of somebody. you do have a legal obligation to report it to the proper authorities.
Obligation, not requirement.
Yeah.
If you, like I said, if you don't, and it's found out, they could actually charge you with some, like.
So they're going to arrest a
failure
homeless
to-
guy for standing on the corner that watched a car accident when he doesn't have a cell phone.
This whole Good Samaritan law started when the last episode of Seinfeld aired.
It's not. I'm telling you. I do not have a legal obligation to save anybody's life.
Look at the link I put in.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's just I understand where you're coming from. That there's.
I mean, that's hard for me
behind
to.
it.
It's hard for me to even listen to the argument. I mean, the fact that you're even making it. I was a fire lieutenant, so that's why I'm kind of coming hard on y'all on that.
No, and look, I get where you're coming from. Yes, that's the right thing to do. I'm right there with you. That is the right thing to do. I'm saying, though, people are assholes, and it is not illegal to be an asshole in this country. I can stand by and watch somebody die as long as I am not the cause of their suffering. Nothing legal can happen to me.
That's not true. You would be liable for witness statements. You could be subpoenaed. You are legally bound.
I'm saying I cannot be punished for their injuries or death because I did nothing. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, you can.
Well, you should be. I'm just messing with you, man.
I'm just saying, like, and that goes back to the whole this pandemic shit. Like, my somebody else's safety is not my responsibility.
Okay. But would you take it?
Would I take what?
Would you take the responsibility?
Absolutely not. I'm responsible for my own safety.
Okay, so you wouldn't even try.
What are you getting at?
Well, it seems like you really don't care about anybody else.
That's not what I'm. That's not what I'm saying. I'm arguing. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Oh.
I do not. I feel like I do not have to wear a mask to protect other people. Wearing the mask, washing your hands, staying away from people, that is not to protect other people. That is to protect me. And you're responsible to do that same shit to protect yourself. You cannot rely on other people to do that stuff to keep you safe. You have to keep yourself safe.
Right. Does it hurt to try, though, a little bit? I mean, it's not that hard.
What?
You're doing it to keep yourself safe. I mean, just to say maybe it could also help other people. Would that be too much of a stretch?
I don't understand the argument here. If I'm
you just seem like you really are against helping other people, man.
No,
that's all.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Captain.
I'm going to say, Richard. Okay, go ahead, Elihu.
I'm going to take off. Get ready for the day.
Go for it.
Go run to the store, run to the dispensary.
Absolutely. Cool. Have a good day, and thank you for joining, Elihu.
Oh, no problem. You can get that
bye-bye, Elihu.
video downloaded off of Twitter. If you can't, Pickles can help you.
Okay.
Good luck, man. I hope you have a good day.
So do I. Later, guys.
Bye.
Interesting conversation.
Meh.
I mean, the whole vessel thing being required by law to save or to render aid if you can. That seems reasonable to me because if you're operating a vessel, you've got other things in the background anyway. You're probably going to be related. You're probably going to be part of a company or part of the military. So having a requirement like that,
sure. It is totally like that. There are laws that say employers must save the lives of employees. That is the thing.
Mm-hmm. But
Like if I'm in a factory and a large piece of equipment falls on me and the factory's blown up and, it's Avengers type bullshit going on. That employer needs to rescue my life. Like that's a requirement. And if they don't, they can be held legally responsible. But when it comes to just one private citizen versus another private citizen, legally speaking, I'm not talking about morality or the sense of duty to another human being. I'm talking legally speaking.
So this I just checked this out, and it pretty much says exactly what you were saying, Sven. It's basically a concept. It's on Wikipedia under duty to rescue, and it says basically there is no general duty to come to the rescue of another, except there are a few caveats, but they're not. Some of them have. It looks like some of them do have links. Yeah, there are, but so they're. Yeah, so just even the Wikipedia it does say the same thing. It says that basically you it's not illegal for you not to unless, and then it lists a couple of things which are pretty obvious, like parents and children,
right?
Babysitters, things like that.
Here's a scenario.
Common carriers have a duty to rescue their patrons, like a bus or airplane.
Here's a scenario for you. Say there's a big like Avengers type shit going on, city's blowing up, Kong and Godzilla destroying the city. I'm in the middle of it with my wife and small child.
No, I
see somebody in need of rescue or whatever. It's not my duty to rescue them. I'm protecting my family, and that's part of the.
What if you're alone? If you're alone and you think you can rescue them?
Well,
successfully.
Yeah,
you wouldn't just keep running. You'd probably go, I think I can do this.
Now, see, this is the problem because I'm talking about, like, you're talking about like a moral responsibility, and I'm right there with you. I'm not an evil fucking person.
No, I get it.
Like legally held responsible, and there are no Western laws.
Right.
And that was my entire argument, and that boils down to the mask shit. Wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance, but it's not to protect other people, it's to protect yourself. If it protects other people in the process, yay, and good for us. But I'm just saying every individual person is responsible for their... If you see somebody walking through a store and they're not wearing a mask and they look like they just roll around in the mud and shit, stay the fuck away from them.
Yeah, I agree with you, 100%. Yeah, don't sit there and be an asshole and like
run up to them and get in their face and you're wearing a mask.
On both sides of the argument, though, on both sides of it, it's just like it's almost as stupid as a vegetarian yelling at somebody for eating a burger and the burger person yelling at them for not eating a burger.
If you see a crazy person butt naked walking down the middle of the street with a fucking assault rifle, are you going to walk up to them and ask them what the fuck they're doing? No, you're going to run the other direction.
Yeah.
That's
hey, buddy, how's it going today? Nice day for a walk.
I'm apparently in the middle of ascending, so I'm going to head off before I get blinded.
Good, good idea.
I'm
going to say this idiotic discussion has already cost me 1 subscriber. So we're going to say fuck this stream, goodbye, and have a good day.
Okay.